is a lot of times people use the graveyard as sort of like a way to get creatures onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
Well, if they're doing some sort of trick and you don't like it, you can bring this artifact out, get rid of their entire graveyard.
Yeah, that sounds.
And then they're crippled the entire game.
Yeah.
And they lose.
But as I was asking, so that you probably think that's your most expensive card. The thing is, though, how much is the card face value on some websites? What's the listing value going for?
Probably $2.
Okay, so you didn't get anything that was extremely rare. So the fact that the cards are they're not in mint condition is probably okay. You'd rather get a card that, like, I don't know, like a fissure or something that's in bad condition rather than get a Black Lotus that's in bad condition,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what here's a question for you. I don't know if you know this or not, but like, let's say like a card like that, a Black Lotus, like you were saying a 9 power card.
Mm-hmm.
Those cards right there, if they're not in mint condition and they're, like, I don't know, the grade below, how significantly does it drop its value?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Okay, so basically you want to get a nice card in mint condition. It's very hard to get a card in mint condition if it's in an open container, though.
That's right.
I mean, because once a person touches it with their hands, technically, does it make it non-mint because there's grease on it, or? Yeah,
I mean, people say it goes straight from the pack into a holder. It's still not mint.
Yeah.
It's near mint or excellent.
Okay.
As soon as you open that pack, it's downgraded. I like this one for a sideboard. Tsunami.
Yeah, actually, I have this card. It is a good card. If you are playing someone with a blue deck, basically you win.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Unless they have a multicolored deck and they're able to somehow get something going, but realistically, it's game over. Just about.
Now, Gauntlets of Chaos, that looks like a pretty good card.
It is.
I know you talked about it already.
Yeah, like, I don't know the value of it, but I think it's a good card. I think it plays well.
Mm-hmm.
There are also cards out there, everyone knows about, like, counter spells and stuff like that. Those cards may not be worth a lot of money, but the fact is they are valuable in games.
That's right.
So there's also valuable cards, and then there's valuable cards.
Like these two right here, Giant Growth.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a deck that is fast and you can bring out a bunch of creatures in the green deck, you want some Giant Growth in there, because just like a Howl from Beyond,
mm-hmm.
You go ahead, you make your way past the blockers, and you pump.
So, the reason why I'm doing this is I want to line up, see what I got. So I got 10 of these.
Oh, and also,
Urza's
by the
lands.
way, you got a free box.
And a free case.
We did forget about that, the free case. I mean, so
that makes it a little better.
Yeah, I mean, these cases are nice.
And I got School of the Unseen. I don't know if I showed this one yet.
Yeah, you did show it.
I did?
Yeah. It's a unique land.
Yeah. And still one of my favorite cards, Lure.
It's a good card.
I mean, the opponent doesn't think it's good until you actually do something with it.
Yeah, if you can combo it with a card that's strong and also has maybe some abilities that if it does damage in a certain way, it has its ability to activate, Lure can be very useful. Plus, also, another nice thing about it is the fact that, you can kind of decoy the other team's players. So you use the Lure, you can open them up to further attacks. It's useful. Basic, but useful.
Now take a look at this card, Eric. Tell me what you think.
Oh, Night Soil. I got this card too.
It seems pretty good.
Remove 2 creatures and angry from the game to put a sprint in play. Yeah, no, it is good. It's if you have, it does a couple things. First, you get to remove 2 creatures in any graveyard from the game. That's including yours and your opponent's. Mm-hmm. So you can just go ahead and do theirs. That's one upside to it. And the other is if you're playing a deck, you're playing with a deck that has cycles a lot of creatures, for example, or something, or you have a lot of small creatures, then you have an unlimited arsenal of 1/1 green creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always nice to have, like I have a pest generator card from the Mirrodin box set that just goes ahead and puts out 0/1 tokens out there. It's really useful to have more creatures out in the battlefield than your opponent. Very useful strategy.
Here's a useful card. Especially with the Eldrazi block. With those big creatures that cost 15, 16 to bring out. Look at that. Tap target creature. Oh, you control. Well, I guess you can bring out a big one of your own. Add an amount of colorless mana equal to that creature's casting cost to your mana pool.
Well, yeah, so basically it was misread a little bit.
Yeah, that's my fault.
But it is a decent card. I mean, you if you have creatures that cost a lot of mana to cast, then you can use them to add more mana. So, later on in the game, this card may be useful. It could be useful in the beginning too, actually, if you think about it. If you go ahead and you bring out a bunch of 1/1 creatures fast,
mm-hmm.
you can do this, and you can. Oh well, actually, sorry, I'm reading it wrong too. It's a sorcery. There was a card like this that you could just an enchantment that you could stay out there. There probably is an enchantment you could stay out there that you could just go ahead and tap your creatures whenever you wanted to add mana. If you had something like that, build a deck that just brought out goblins. If by turn 4 you could already bust out 8 mana.
That's right.
I don't know if there's a card out there, but if there is, go ahead and send us a link or something, or let us know, because that just sounds like a formidable deck.
Right. So this one not as good as we thought.
Let's put that back. Let's send that back to Gilabub.
How about one that's been reprinted 50 million times there?
Oh, the Fog. What do you have to say about this card? Because I know when we play, you play this card sometimes.
I play it. Whenever you're playing with green and you play me, you always have to worry about the Fog. I'll keep one mountain or forest untapped, and if I have it, or if I don't have it, you're not going to attack me. You're afraid.
Yeah, that's another element of the game that that most people don't recognize, is that just like poker, you can go ahead and you can, fake what you're going to do. If someone knows the color you're playing, they may know some of the mainstay cards that you have. If you're playing a blue, the chances are that person's going to have a counterspell. Mm-hmm. So what you can do is, while you're playing, if you have enough mana to do so, go ahead and leave 2 islands untapped. Give the person a little bit to think about before their next turn. It's not always a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
And Jared hit it right on the knob. He cracked it open with the Fog.
The Fog. Man. Well, Divine Offering. Let's put that one up there. I still think that's one of the best cards.
You know what's one of the best cards I like? That I have I think it's called Pillows to Shallshare or something like that. It's the card that you remove.
Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah. That's a good card.
Yeah, that is.
Anyways, this card, Divine Offering, destroy target artifact, gain life equal to the artifact's casting cost. Not bad. Now, guess what you could do with this? If you're playing someone with an artifact deck, what you do is you use this with the Isochron Scepter.
Oh,
boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
And you keep gaining life.
Yeah, and you keep destroying the artifacts. So basically, it's, as Jared would say, game over.
It's game over. Well, hopefully I'll say that a lot.
Oh yeah, are you doing anything soon? Like any tournaments or anything going on with
Friday Night Magic.
Friday Night Magic? What do you do there?
Basically, we play casual games. I don't